Hello, friends. Welcome to today's football predictions on Betkraft. Okay, it's a very beautiful Friday morning. As we know that so many games going on across the globe. Today, and we selected a few of these games and take a deeper look into these games and also come up with verdicts for these very games. But before we did that, we were able to look at the recent games that these teams have played and also take a look at how they performed from home and away. Perspective before we were able to come up with the verdicts. All right, in the short while we'll be looking at this matches one after the other, and I want to ask just for actually coming across our video for the first time that are yet to subscribe, kindly hit the subscription button right now so to don't miss out on our subsequent games that will always come on the channel on a daily basis. Okay. All right, that being said, let's head to the business of today, and we are starting with the very first match, and it is in French League One, where Olympique Lyon will be up against Strasbourg. Okay, and looking at these two teams, see that the home side Olympique Marseille have been able to achieve just a single victory in the past six recent games that they had. They've also had one draw, but have lost four out of those past six games that they had so far. And the away side of Strasbourg, on the other hand, have managed one win as well, but they've also had three draws and lost two games in the past six recent encounters for both sides. So when you look at how they perform from home and away perspective, you could see that playing from home, Olympique Marseille have been able to achieve 5 victories in the past 10 home games, and they've had 3 losses, and also they had 2 draws in the process. And the away side, Strasbourg have won just a single match in the past 10 away games. They've actually lost 6 games, but have drawn 3 out of the past 10 away games that they played out so far. So it goes to show that majority of the away games that they played in the past 10 have also resulted to a loss. 60% of it resulted to a loss, and they have managed to win just one. That happened in March against Nantes on that occasion. But when you look at how these two teams have performed from head to head, how the last time they met, it was in May this year. We saw Olympique Marseille achieving victory on that occasion, winning this side. Olympique Lyon actually winning by 2-1 on that occasion. All right, that is to say, the last time they met, it was Olympique Marseille who had the upper hand, and in this very encounter, we expect to see Olympique Lyon, the home side, achieving a victory in this very one, and it is the home side either to win or draw and under 4.5. That's what that is for this game. Home win or draw and under 4.5. That's what we expect minimum. And that takes us to the next, and it is in Switzerland Challenge League, where we have Schaffhausen coming up against the FC Thun. All right, Schaffhausen have won 3 and they've had 1 draw, but they've also had 2 losses in the past recent 6 games. But their away side FC Thun have won 5 games out of the past 6 games that they played out last, and they've also had 1 draw. They've not lost a single match in those 6 games that they played. And when you look at these two teams, how they perform from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side Schaffhausen have been able to manage 2 wins in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. They've also had 3 draws, but have lost 5 games in the past 10 home games that they had. And away side, on the other hand, FC Thun have managed to achieve 6 victories from away in the past 10 away games that they played. They've been able to win 6 matches out of it, but they've also had 2 losses as well as 2 draws in the past 10 away games that they had. So for that tells you that is a very strong side. And the last 4 away games that they played out so far, so FC Thun winning on all of those 4 away games. So that tells you that they are in fine form at the moment. And the last time they met, which was in May this year, also saw Thun playing from home on that occasion, winning this side by 3-0. And putting all that together, we know that we side FC Thun, who is in better form, is expected to achieve a result in this one, and we do expect to see an away win in this very game. Away side to win. That's our verdict. And that takes us to the next for today. It is in Turkey Super League, where we have Fenerbahce coming up against Alanyaspor. And Fenerbahce have been able to achieve 3 victories in the past 6 games, and also had 2 draws as well as 1 loss in the past recent 6 games that they had. And we side Lionsport have had 3 draws in the past 6, and they've also lost 6 games. They've also lost 3 out of those past 6 games. So they've drawn 3 and have lost 3. They've not been able to win any single match in the past 6 games that they had so far. And when you take a look at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective, you can see that Fenerbahce, a very big side in Turkey, as we know them, They have actually been able to achieve 8 victories in the past 10 home games, and they've lost 1 game, and they've had also 1 draw. And that tells you 80% of the home matches have actually resulted to a victory for the home side. And away side, Alanyaspor, on the other hand, have managed 3 wins from away. They've also lost 4 games, but they've had 3 draws as well. They've won 3 games. They've actually had 5 draws from away, and they've had 2 losses in the past 10 away games. And the last game they played out from away, which was probably this month against the Istanbul Bakashai, they lost on that occasion by 4 goals to 2 from away. And looking at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective, we see that last time they met, Fenerbahce and this Alanyaspor playing out a 2-2 draw on that occasion. And we still do expect a win for the home side. Fenerbahce, judging by their form, seeing that they've been able to win 8 games in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. So we do expect to see a dominant Fenerbahce side in this very one. It is home win. That's our verdict for that very game, and that takes us to the next for today. It is in Croatia's 2nd division. We'll have NK Opatija coming up against NK Roots. Okay, when you look at how the two teams have fared in recent games, you can see that Opatija, the home side, have won 3 games, but they've also had 2 losses and 1 draw. And away side, Roots have managed just 2 draws in the past 6 games, but they've lost 4 out of those 6 games that they had so far. And when you look at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective, you can see that Opatija, the home side, have been able to achieve 9 victories in the past 10 home games that they had so far. They've had the other one being a draw. And the away side, on the other hand, Roots have managed just 1 draw in the past 10 away games, but they've lost 9 out of those 10 away games that they have so far. All right, Opatija is a side coming from is a side already in the 2nd division, but Roots also is a side that I think was relegated from the 1st division. So and when you look at the last time both teams met, it was Opatija who won on that occasion. That was 2022. 2 years ago, they won by 3 goals to 1, playing from home on that occasion. So in this very game, the home side, judging by their form, is expected to achieve a result in this one, and we do expect to see home side either winning or draw and under 4.5 in this very encounter. That's our verdict. Okay, and that takes us to the next for today, and it is in Finland. 2nd division actually. Well, we have OTP coming up against JS Hercules, and when you look at the home side, OTP, they have won just 1 single game in the past 6, but they've also had 5 losses. But the away side, Hercules, on the other hand, have won 4 games out of past 6 games that they had, and they've also had 2 losses. Okay, and looking at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective, you could see that the home side, OTP, have won just 1 game, and they've lost 9 games out of 10 home games that they played out so far. And what I've mentioned, the fact that most of the matches that they played out, 8 out of the past 10 home games, have actually produced a lot of goals. They've been conceding even as they are scoring goals. So they have seen much more games that's having high scoring, high score line. Okay, and Hercules, on the other hand, have won 3 games from away. They've also had 1 draw, but they've lost 6 games in the past 10 away games, and 9 games out of the past 10 for away games for Hercules have actually produced over 2.5. And when you put all that together, the last time they met, we also saw them playing out a 4-2 scoreline, which shows that that was earlier this month, and which shows that these two teams that actually produce a lot of goals each time they met. So we do expect to see goals coming up on this one. But when you look at the entire head-to-head proceedings for both sides, out of 8 games that they played together, they've been able to produce over 2.5 on 6 occasions out of those 8 games that they played together. So we do expect to see a minimum of 3 goals occurring in this very encounter. It is over 2.5. That's our verdict for this very game. Okay, and that will take us to the next for today. It is in Poland 1st division, where we'll have Legnica coming up against Arka Gdynia. Okay, all right, Gdynia, sorry, and pardon me about the name there. And that the home side, Legnica have won 4 games in the past 6, but they've also had 1 draw as well as 1 loss. And the away side, Arka have managed to achieve 2 victories in the past 6 games that they had, but they've also had 3 draws as well as 1 loss in the past 6 recent encounters. But when you look at how they have performed from home and away, you see that Legnica, the home side, have been able to achieve 8 victories in the past 10 home games that they have so far. They've been winning their home matches comfortably and losing just 2 out of those past 10 home games that they had. And when you look at the away side, Arka Gdynia have also managed to achieve 2 victories and 2 draws, but they've lost 8 games, and they've lost actually 6 games in the past 10 away games that they had so far. That tells you that the best side when playing from away. And the last time they met on head-to-head, saw Arka defeating this side by 1-0 from away. Prior to that, we also saw Arka again defeating them from away by 2-0. And it has always been Arka who has been very dominant of the head-to-head meetings for both sides. But in this very game, we'll judge by the form of the home side. We do expect to see a home side achieving a minimum for at least a good result in this very one, and we do expect to see home either to win or draw and under 4.5. That's our verdict for that very game, and that brings our positions for you today on Betkraft to a conclusion. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green. Remember to also play responsibly. These are football games, and sometimes things do happen and change the course of the entire game. All right, that being said, tomorrow is another day, and we will definitely come up with our predictions for you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. It's going to be a big day for us, and till then, keep winning.